Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Sovereign RPG. We are back in Infinite Lagrange for the weekly patch notes. Now, before you ask why I'm wearing a big old coat, winter's starting to kick in and my heating decided to kick the bucket, so I'm having to sit here all the time in a big ass winter coat because Spain ain't ready for that cold weather. Every house is made of concrete. But you don't need to know my life story. We're going to be cracking on and talking about this patch notes. They're going to be popping up, and if you haven't been here before, these will be posted every time the patch notes do come up, so make sure to like and sub if you want more information on Infinite Lagrange. So let's get into the update. So they've added new features and adjustments for all star systems. They've adjusted the max level of the enhancement option ship evasion stance for the propulsion system of the Mare Tranquillatus from level 1 to level 3. The total tech points required for reaching it hasn't changed, it just remains the same as before. They've optimized the performance introduction about the information jamming system of some ship, with its combat performance unchanged. Ships involved are the Balancer Anderson SC-020, the Scout, and the SC-002 Quantum Scout. They've adjusted the position for firepower stats display and prioritized displaying the aircraft carrying capability for some ships on the blueprint screen. Ships involved are the Predator, the anti-aircraft cruiser, and the Jaeger heavy aircraft cruiser. They've adjusted the rules for creating union. You are required to have expanded zone 3 in the base to be eligible to create a union. It costs 500 Proxima coins to create a union within the first 14 days after launching a new server, and 200 Proxima 14 days later. They've optimized the appearance of some weapons and modules. They've optimized the process of sending verification messages to add new friends. They've optimized the UI display for the event Lagrange voice. Nothing really too big added for the all-star system section. It's some pretty standard stuff, just a couple of little quality of life things and some changes to certain things that don't actually affect anything in the game. Just they feel it was a little bit better to do it that way. So the new features and adjustments for some star system. They've added a new feature to establish cross-system communication with the Union headquarters. Unions with headquarters in the hub star system will be able to establish cross-system communication with their headquarters via the Lagrange network when they are in other star systems for exploration. So you can basically just talk shit to any of the other systems you are currently exploring during the in-between time. They've adjusted the norms of the relocation process to other star systems from the hub star system. You cannot make in-app purchases 1 hour before leaving the hub star system. Suppose this is just to help with any issues that might pop up when you're actually creating or moving over to the new server. They've added screens for the tips on exploration and blueprint research. A little bit of information for newer players, that's always a good thing. They've adjusted the rules for obtaining some emblem changes. Emblem images that are obtained by completing main missions can be only unlocked during your first exploration. So you can't unlock other ones going into new seasons. That seems like, I'm not sure why they would have done that. And as you can see, there are some emojis in there, some reacts, the boring, thumbs down, sleeping, and then 3 thumbs up. It's always the same people that are doing this, but there wasn't actually anything that interesting in the additions and the updates for this week. So the bug fixes, they've adjusted an issue where the air defense siege fire stats were displayed incorrectly for some weapon modules. Nothing is going to be changed from the combat perspective. They've adjusted an issue where the system HP stats were displayed incorrectly. This is just correcting mistakes that are actually in the game already, just from what you can see perspective, not that they're actually adding anything or changing anything within the game itself. They fixed an issue where some ships couldn't lock onto targets properly when their enhancement option took effect. The enhancement option involved is the target confirmation for the Noma M470 and the Mare Nubian light landing ship. They fixed an issue that caused no system enhancement options for the Crasher high-speed aircraft transport acquired by signing the mutual cooperation agreement in the star systems with disconnected nodes. They've revised the effect description, reduced the time for the primary weapon to select targets by 35 seconds. Again, combat performance unchanged. It's just changed there to be able for you to see it properly rather than anything actually drastic changing there. They fixed an issue where you couldn't make your contribution quest in the no strength without unity event, mixing up my words there, by joining allies in attacking city defense fleet. They fixed an issue that caused no cooldown for joining another union after leaving your union. So there will be a cooldown now. If you do leave, you will have to wait for that 24-hour period. Depending on when the server's, if the server's just starting or if the server is more progressing, it's a much lesser time if you're right at the beginning. So you can decide if the union you joined is not a good one for you and you can go and join another one. They fixed an issue that caused the failed translation for your message in cross-system communication. So you can actually talk to everyone else. There was a little bit of an issue where it wouldn't actually translate properly when you are speaking during the cross system communication, not in the actual system communication that we've been having so far. There's nothing really new added to the game right now. There's just some look-see changes so you can actually see the actual stats in the game, which does help to actually be able to see it properly. They haven't really added anything new apart from the new feature of the cross-system communication, which I don't feel is a big deal. There's definitely a lot of other things they need to be fixing before that. There's still no changes on a lot of the major issues that people have. And you can see by the actual emoticons and the reacts that you have at the bottom there that not many people are happy with these changes. That's basically all that we have for today. That is just the update. I want to thank you all for watching. Remember, this is your one-stop shop for mobile gaming content. There'll be a lot more videos coming out. Make sure to like and subscribe if that interests you. Fly safe and avoid local chat scams.